Welcome, Sagittarius. This is your monthly focus for February 2023. Look at that. I moved the mic away and I forgot to get it into place. I'm sure you heard me, but now you might hear me a little bit better. Okay, first thing that happens in February is on February the 5th, we have the full moon, and that will be in Leo. Okay, so for everybody, okay, it's to understand that it's okay to feel what's in your heart, and now it's time to bring that out into the world, okay? But for you personally, it's about adventure. Okay, so adventure, learning experiences, and maybe you've been through a lot of learning experiences, and now it's time to do the practical, and you're making that kind of transition in your life, and applying what you have learned. It could be about adventures. Now, you could have had a lot of adventures in the past, and now it's time to settle down, or you are preparing to make things so that you can have the adventure going forward, okay? And open up opportunities going forward. And how will you do that, okay? How will you grow the expectancy of new journeys, new opportunities? What needs to come down as far as your walls are concerned? We build walls all the time, and they serve different purposes. Some of the walls that we build early on in childhood, and as we develop and go through life. And as we grow, we tear some walls down, we put other ones up, and it's to keep us safe. It's to protect ourselves. It's to, protect ourselves. But sometimes we forget to take those walls down. And the very thing that protected us at one point in our journey is now the hindrance, is now the pushback, is now the thing that is actually standing between you and your dreams, you and your pure potential. Okay, so I think it has a lot to do with ripping those walls down so that you can step into new opportunities and beyond. Okay, what's in your heart? Okay, let it out into the world. How do you do that? Okay, by understanding what walls no longer have value in your life, that are actually holding you back, being detrimental. On February the 11th, Mercury will move into Aquarius. Now, for everybody, we get a lot more rational, or we get a lot more diplomatic, perhaps, or logical when we're viewing things, when we're talking about things, in our speech, in our messages, and how we take in information. For you, well, it has a lot to do with transformation. So you may be talking about the transformation, you may be working towards that transformation that you want to bring in your life. Maybe you have a team of people, and you're talking to each of them about the different roles and the next steps and the next steps and the next steps and beyond, in order to bring in those new experiences, those new opportunities that you want to step into, right? February is kind of a pullback kind of month. Okay, by the time I haven't had one where it's really go go go. There was one that was kind of go go go, but for the most part, it's about pulling back and really looking at the here and now, and understanding what needs to be put in the past and what is awaiting our future. On February the 18th, the sun will move into Pisces, and on the 20th, we have the new moon in Pisces. And of course, the full moon is at 16 degrees again, and the new moon is at 1 degrees again. So this is a third or fourth month in a row that this has happened. Very, very rarely do you see something like this happening in the sky. And what potent areas of the sky they're stopping in, or they're entering in order to make these transits. It's just amazing. So know that the energy is rich, okay? Even though we feel like we're struggling or spinning our wheels at time, you are working towards it. So consistently show up, and it will bring the successes, okay? Don't look right now, don't keep looking over your shoulder to see how far you've come, okay? But rather just keep your head down, nose to the grind. Anyways, what were we talking about? Sun going into Pisces, and then the new moon on the 20th is going, so the Piscean party has begun. And for you, it's home and family. For you, you're reinventing. You want your home to be a reflection of the harmony that you feel on the inside. So you might be getting rid of clutter, you might be reorganizing, you might be redecorating, you might be building an altar, you might be designing an outdoor area where you can relax, feel safe, secure. It's quiet, it's beautiful, because you're going to be creating the beauty. You are, absolutely. There is a spiritual aspect to that. So definitely I could see something like an altar being built, or just making the room with the right colors and the right atmosphere, the right vibration for you to step into that room and do. So if a room for creativity, well, you don't want the soft colors. That'll just, you want the bright and vibrant. You want the oranges and the yellows in there to get you charged up and full of energy in order to partake in your craft, right? In your talent, in your abilities, in your creativity, in your uniqueness of your abilities. And it is about creating a safe space for yourself. Absolutely. Okay, so, oh, sorry guys. I'm looking at my chart here. It's on like an old music stand. I'm really, technology is great for me. Nothing, so I could use that, I say. The only other thing that is happening that I haven't talked about yet is Venus. Venus is going into Aries on the 20th as we experience that new moon in Pisces. So talk about dynamic energy. And for you, it's about, it truly is about, it's a fresh start for you. It's a fresh start in love. What does it mean to you? Your definition of it, how you experience it, how you let it flow through you. Money would be another thing. You might redefine what money really means to you, and the vehicle it is, or the investment it is, or how it can work for you more successfully, or how you spend it and why you spend it, and use it more as a tool than as something to bring in luxuries. And of course, the self awareness, okay? It really is a time to go within ourselves and reconnect, okay? And I've told that to every single sign. So whether this is your sun, moon, or rising sign, know that it's just right there in the heartbeat of the astrology is to go within, reconnect with you, okay? Maybe allow some healing in. Take a walk in nature. Meditate. Okay, let's go to the cards. Now, February is a short month because we only have 28 days, but know that all the planets are going forward. Okay, nobody's in retrograde. So it will go even faster. We'll have things that we'll want to do, and if we don't actually schedule them in, they won't get done. Everything else will take over, and before you know it, you'll look and say, oh my gosh, what happened to that month? So make sure that you're scheduling yourself for things that have a priority in your life so that you are attending to them and getting those things done. Otherwise, it'll be a whirlwind ride, and you won't, you'll feel like you did a lot, but when you look back, you're going to see a lot of spaces where you didn't put your focus and your energy. The only thing that really is retrograde for the month of February is the North Node, and that's not an asteroid or a star or a planet. That is a point of reference on the astrological chart. And for you, it's about your health and well-being. So I think you're going to be looking backwards on the things that you've done to improve your health, improve your looks, and maybe the clothes that you've bought yourself, or the hairstyle that you changed, or the color perhaps. Maybe it's other things that you're doing for yourself. Maybe you've been working out or on a diet, but health and well-being. Maybe you've been trying to get a better sleeping pattern or habits, and all these things I think you've been incorporating over the last little while, and now it's time to stop and really look backwards and say, okay, is this beneficial? Did this bring in value? Should I continue with it? Should I replace it with something else? And really look at those parts of your growth, okay? your health, your well-being, the mundane, right? The day-to-day. Are you utilizing your time effectively? Or your vitality? You feel all ready to go, but then this movie comes on, and so you sit down and you veg out on the movie for 90 minutes or so, and then you've lost your oomph, right? So are you utilizing your time effectively? Those are things that you would be looking at. How can you organize your time more effectively? How can you change your routine to reflect that? You'll be going through this a little bit more in the future, so know that this is a process that you're going through. Okay. And it's just kind of like a check-in to see where you're at and really become conscious of the things that you're doing to improve yourself. And is it worth like your time, your energy, your resources in order to bring these things into being, or would another path benefit you better? Okay. It could be relationships too. Things that you've been, maybe you've been compromising, maybe you've been putting your foot down and saying no more of this, whatever it might be. You're looking to see if those things have been effective, and how to if they haven't been effective, how to make them effective going forward. Okay, we'll get to the cards. Okay, our shadow card, and we'll get another card there. Okay, so our shadow card is really the underlining energy for the entire month. Okay, it's always there. It's going to be there the entire month for you, and it's kind of the underlying energy for the month. And we have the Page of Wands. So know that whatever you want to step into, whatever journey, whatever adventure that you are hoping for, because that is definitely in the astrology. No, I'm shedding too. Okay, it wasn't the dogs. If you thought that was, it's usually a dog hair. It's usually Dylan's hair. He sheds like crazy. Anyways, the Page of Wands is here to look at the backdrop here. It is completely barren. It was without any kind of real structure or color. You can put anything you want in place. Okay, so know that you kind of hold the paintbrush to your tomorrow. What do you want to go after? What do you want to create? What kind of opportunities are you looking to step into? What kind of adventures do you want to come forward in your life? Okay, this is a time to ponder it. This is a time to pray about it. This is a time to meditate about it. This is a time to journal about it. The month of February. Getting a lot of journaling for you guys for the month of February. What's pushing it is the Six of Swords. You want these new beginnings. You're ready to go after, uncharted land. You're ready to push offshore and go forward. Now, the swords in front of you there are your protection, your shield, your knowledge, your wisdom, your courage, your patience with yourself, perhaps, your integrity, perhaps, whatever those tools are. Okay? They're going to be there to help you move forward. Okay? So that's, so what do you want? We're going into uncharted lands. So that means that there is no cap. There is no ceiling. There is no glass ceiling. The only limitations that should be in your mind right now are the things that you put the limitation on. You say, well, I can't make more than this, or I can't do more than that. Then that's it. That's the cap. That's the glass ceiling. But you get to put that glass ceiling into place. Okay, first card is Temperance. Having more by having less. So, yeah, we're cleaning out the clutter. We're getting rid of what no longer has value, no longer belongs in our life. We're doing a lot of inner search on those things, right? We're going within, we're making that connection with ourselves, and we're understanding what truly has value in our life, what doesn't have value in our life. And we're kind of, thinning it out a little bit, clearing the path, so to speak. Okay? When we start accumulating things, what happens is we end up with clutter. Instead of beauty, we end up with clutter. We wanted beauty. We went for beauty. It was beauty for a while, but then somehow it got to be just clutter. So clean out the closets, clean out the garage, the attic, the basement, whatever. Having more by having less. Okay, get rid of all of that stuff that surrounds you that you just don't even look at, okay? Because it is a vibration, it is an energy unto itself. You may not realize it, but with a clear room, and remember, we're kind of home and family. We want to build that beautiful atmosphere, and so it could be redecorating and decluttering. So don't just rearrange the room, but actually clear out the room and then put back what you really want in that room and see what's left over. Then we have the World card. So there are loose ends that you still have to tidy up here, okay? You really can't go forward with some of these things on your plate. Okay, it's negative energy. It's going to weigh you down. It's going to be in the back of your mind, and it's something that you have said on occasion, I should do that. Okay, should. It's a potty word. It's not a good word. Never use should. Because when you say I should do that, it implies that you had opportunity and you let yourself down. It's a negative statement we make to ourselves when we say I should have. Now, when you say I could have, means that, or I could do that, means that you have options. You can schedule it into the future, that there is a potential window of opportunity to actually get that off your plate. So X-nay on the should, pardon my language, and start saying could. I could do that. I could do that. Maybe next week I'll do that. And it gets your mind more motivated into solving the problem rather than beating yourself up because you didn't deal with the problem yet. So, loose ends. And I mean, temperance in the world. I mean, we have very strong cards here, okay? More so than any of the other signs so far. And oh my gosh, the Fool shows up. Yeah. There's some kind of new, wonderful adventure just around the corner. Will it show up this month? Chances are no, although you might kind of see it out of your side, your perceptions, it might be just like right here, right? It's like when an angel is standing near you, you get that little glare for a second, you turn, there's nothing there, right? You just feel like there's somebody there for a second or something. The Fool is here to say you're ready to go on a brand new adventure. I mean, really, February for you is getting things in order, getting your ducks in a row a little bit so that you can step into the momentum of the energy that's about to follow. Our grounding, you might feel this now, but in March, that's when the energy really moves. We got Pluto moving signs, and only for 3 months. It's going to kind of give us a little brief, trailer kind of. It's going to be the trailer experience to Pluto in Aquarius, where we kind of get to experience a little bit of the energy that we are going to be experiencing for the next decade and more to come, right? I think it's like 12 or 13 years that Pluto remains in one sign. So, over a decade, okay? We have been dealing with the Capricorn, Pluto and Capricorn, and it'll make a 3-month jump. So that's going to be a huge shift for us, okay? Also, Saturn will be moving. Now, Saturn typically stays for 3 years in a sign, and it's getting ready to move. So that'll be a whole new experience, getting ready or getting comfortable in that kind of energy. So you could kind of feel this anticipation. It's not anxiety, okay? It's anticipation. We're so stressed out as a society. We just, as soon as our heart starts to flutter a little bit, we think, oh, I'm stressed. You're not. Get excited. Feel that anticipation. Feel that excitement, because there could be some really wonderful paths and opportunities opening up to you. Some adventures that you haven't even pondered that they might become something in your life. Or maybe you've hoped or wished upon a star, but you really thought that, that would be an incredible leap to step in that arena. So the Fool is here to tell you a brand new journey is awaiting you. Okay, work and career. Let's look at work and career. Perceptions. Your perceptions change when it comes to work and career. Where is work and career? There, the Earth. Your perceptions are changing. You might feel trapped. You might feel like you can't go anywhere within the current situation, or it's not going to evolve into what you feel you need down the road. Okay, so you might be looking at different ways of doing things, different ways of bringing in more money, but for some reason right now you're not. But the perceptions change. Okay, eventually we realize that we are not. Our hands aren't tied, and we can remove that blindfold. And once we remove the blindfold, we look around us and we see those swords weren't even in the ground, holding us in. We could have kept them over. We could have walked over them. Or maybe there's a full gap where we could have just walked through at any time we were ready. But we didn't see the opportunity. We didn't see the green light. We didn't see the clues. And now we do. Now we see how we can tear down that wall within ourselves. Now we see how we can pass that hurdle, go around that obstacle, to go forward in the way we want. So I think as far as work and career is concerned for you with the Eight of Swords is you're gaining a new perception of who you are, what you do in the workplace, what you want to do in the workplace, and you're kind of setting some bars. You're kind of drawing some lines in the sand of I want this and I want that. Maybe you want 9 to 5s Monday through Friday, and they got you working afternoons and every other weekend right now. Or, it could be simple things like that to looking for things that match you so much better, or the expansion of what you already do. You like what you do, but maybe it doesn't actually bring in the paycheck you would like to see. So it allows you to expand in some way, to grow that money center. Okay, remember that Venus is going to be moving into Aries, and Jupiter is already in Aries, and that is all about your abundance, your laughter, your joy, your giggles, your smiles, and your creativity and your individualism. So that individual, the unique you comes out. And remember that full moon says, okay, what's in your heart? So bring it out into the world, please. And the new moon in Pisces is saying, okay, you need to go within. You need to reconnect with yourself. You need to have a conversation. You need to redefine some values, or define what does have value. Okay, allowing healing, perhaps. The Two of Cups. Oh, well, if you're single, there just might be somebody there for you, around the corner waiting. Absolutely. Now remember, Venus in Aries also gives us this license to make a fresh start when it comes to love, when it comes to money, when it comes to our authentic self, but for love. So we are redesigning what we want in a relationship. We're redesigning what we want or we need within a relationship, and we meet somebody. Now take it slow. Okay, and we have that Aries energy, that's fire energy, and we want to go fast, and we want to be married within 2 weeks of meeting them, and that's not going to fly, that's not going to work, okay? But this is new partnerships, perhaps. This could be, new friends, new best friends, new family members. Maybe, we all have families, right? We got our work family, and then we go within the community, and that's kind of feels like a family because we know each other and we care about each other, or a group we belong to. We might feel that presence, that understanding that they're cheering us on and they'll hold us up in our hard times. So the Two of Cups is here to say, when it comes to relationships, now you're saying, oh, but Tilly, I'm in a relationship already. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen within that relationship. Okay, this is about a brand new person coming into your life, but probably gives you some kind of structure or purpose, or enhances your life in some way going forward that you never even imagined. I could see it under this kind of energy for you for this month, if all, everything came into place. But if you're with somebody and we get this card, this is about making new beginnings within perhaps a stagnant relationship. And this could be love or platonic, absolutely. But remember, we're redefining love. So what do we need now that's new out of this relationship that we didn't have before, that didn't matter before, but you feel like in order to truly have a relationship, a strong relationship, you need this added ingredient or something. You need this kind of commitment. You need this kind of support, whatever it may be for you. You need this kind of romance or sensuality. Sexuality too, sure. Let's do that. Okay, so it's about the new beginnings. It's about new passions. It's about new belief systems. And it could be about meeting that person that you've been waiting for patiently. Okay, Five of Swords. Now, this card I kind of draw, and I want to know, really, I'm asking how you use your spirituality in order to create the abundance, your best life ever going forward, you know? And here we have the Five of Swords. So I think you really have to be true to yourself, okay? You can't go with the flow and just say, okay, I just won't tell them about that. That's okay if they don't do that or they like that. I'll just ignore that about them. But it kind of sets you off a little bit. You don't really, it's almost like you have to take a step back when certain conversations come up or things are happening, events are happening, celebrations are happening maybe, and you don't want to be a part of it for whatever reason. It's almost like you have to put on a mask of some sort. You have to hold a part of yourself back in order to really feel like you are included. And that has to stop this month. You have to work on that to be your own person, and if you don't like it, then you tell them you don't like it. Okay, you just don't go with the flow. So we have a lot of harmony and everybody's getting along and you're the one suffering. Okay, so this kind of has to stop. So really, I would have to say for you for this month with this card that you really want to do affirmations about I am beautiful. I am deserving. I am worthy. I am special. I am worth it. I am talented. I am optimistic. I love adventure. I love beauty. I love beauty in nature. And just start talking about all those beautiful things about you that make you, you. And feel very proud. You know, swell with that pride, because that pride, you know, it's not to say I'm better than you. It's to say, look at me because I'm beautiful too. I know when you look in the mirror, you see beauty, and I want you to see beauty back, and I want you to feel beauty back. And you can only do that if you stand true to yourself, okay? Otherwise, people don't really respect you all the way because you're holding something back. They don't know what you're holding back, but so they feel that. People feel energy. Okay, that we're not being upfront, that we really don't like that, but we go along with it. Stop it, okay? This is not a month to go along with it. This is where you really have to stand in your truth. Now, people may walk away from you. Okay, people may walk away from you. But the people that need to be in your life are going to show up. They're going to take you by the hand. They're going to support you. They're going to love you. They're going to hold you up when you're feeling a little beaten down and celebrate you in your times of triumph and success. Okay, so the easiest way to really do this, okay, is to imagine yourself each morning with a wall of mirrors going up around you. Okay, now you can kind of see it as a disco ball if you want, but at least a panel of mirrors facing outwards surrounding you. And you ask for these mirrors to surround you. Now, why do we have them facing outwards? Because evil doesn't like to see itself. It will run away from itself, okay? So any kind of negative energy that's being thrown at you, it goes away. It starts to see itself and it leaves and goes back from where it came from. So remember that, because if you're sending out bad thoughts to people, okay, know that, or you're trying to do something behind their back or something, know that if they got these mirrors up, it's coming back to get you, okay? So just don't send it out there, okay? I remember one time at work and somebody was really taking a run at me and they said, come on, Tilly, can't you do something? And I said, I'm not allowed to. Like, I can't. It'll come back to me. I have to remain pure and loving and trust. And it worked. Okay, so what was I talking about? I had my hands out here. Oh, the mirrors. Okay. So, but beauty, love attracts more beauty, attracts more love. So we want love to pile up against those mirrors, absolutely. But then it's kind of being protected, and it's really funny when you start doing it. Okay, try it. Okay, I seriously just say, surround me with mirrors facing outwards to protect me from evil and bring love close to me. And what will happen is the people that, for whatever reason, had a negative energy towards you, they just kind of disappear. They just, there's no harsh words, there's no fights, there's no arguments. The people that are supposed to be near you are near you. And you might get a little bit of a shock of some of the people that absolutely disappear in your life under those circumstances, and those people who keep showing up regardless. Okay, so it kind of gives you a lot of intuitive sight into it. So, but affirmations about how beautiful you are, how strong you are, how confident you are, and keep building yourself throughout the whole month, because by the end of the month you are going to be, oh my gosh, according to these cards here, you really need to get things set up. You need to get your ducks in a row. You need to get things in order. You need to tie up the loose ends and stand in your truth. Health and well-being, the King of Swords. It's kind of like you're feeling good. You're feeling strong. You're going after, you're ready to hack a path through those thickets, those bushes, in order to go forward if you must. You're going to create your own path. And that kind of keeps your body healthy. Okay, it's almost like that motivates, your body is saying, okay, well, we can't be sick because they're going to jump out of bed tomorrow morning and expect this of us. And it's been fun doing it, and it really is towards our goals. So let's get a good night's sleep here, guys, and we'll be out tomorrow being strong and building our muscles and being fit. So I think the more that you set your goals the night before, maybe make a list of the things that you need to do the next day, the more you can save yourself from any kind of illness, sickness, not feeling well. So you are the natural remedy, okay? Because, so before you go to bed at night, you want to just make a list of some of the things that you need to do for the next day, and have a plan of action, okay? And if you're not the person who makes lists, okay, I'll give you a really easy shortcut. For the first week, all you're going to do is you're going to say, turn off the alarm, get out of bed, have a shower, have a coffee, okay? And then when you're having your coffee, you're going to go, I did that, and that. My morning's done. And there's going to be this kind of like, it's funny how our brains work, but there'll be this confidence build that happens to us, and we get a little bit excited about that, and we can't wait to set some of the goals that we'll be setting for our afternoon and writing some of them down. And it could be as easy as turning off the light for the bathroom. I mean, make it simple on yourself, but what you will see is results, okay? And your mind takes that in as, wow, we had some great results because we got everything done on that list. And then you can start adding in some things that you really want to do. But for the first week, just have some fun with that. And watch how your brain responds to it. And you are motivated to make that list every morning. And you are accomplishing more and more each and every day. Procrastination is a thing of the past. I don't know if you've had my procrastination course. It is on Patreon. Okay. I didn't tell you about this. Okay, so new deck, Nature's Whispers. Well, that's what it looks like, but it's in the description box, the name. And our card is Acceptance of Love, and it's a 38, which is an 11 energy. So, I saw love as being this wide open spectrum of new beginnings and happiness and joy and redefining love and having love the way we want. And then we get the acceptance of love, and it's a 38, which is an 11 energy. And that is the illuminator. That is the teacher. So we might actually go through some challenges or learning experiences in order to really understand what we truly want when it comes to love. Okay, so we have, it's just beautiful. It's like she's the landscape and he's the tree, and they embrace. How beautiful is that? So I will hold that card up so you can meditate on it while I read the description from the book. Okay, is it nice and... This image is a representation of the harmony of opposites, masculine and feminine. You have the ability to give love freely to yourself and to others. It is important to understand that you are whole, complete, and perfect now, and will enhance the life of another. Love can happen. Love is the truth of all situations. Love the soul embodied inside you. Express more love in your life and allow yourself to feel loved. Everything happens exactly when it is supposed to. In that order, everything that happens is what is supposed to take place. You bring a bright light and individuality into this world. We discussed that already at length, didn't we? Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.